Hello, this is I Do What If's Golden Age. This is the second time I've recorded it. I recorded the first time with no issues. I just had a little bit of stuttering in there and I wanted to fix some things. So I'm just gonna hop in. Before that though, when I ask you or when I tell you or when you go to the comments and then start telling me where what this is or where this what if is or what am I gonna do this what if, just know that producing a what if isn't easy, per se. Because then you have to make the what if. Then you have to see if it's actually like good enough to post. And then you have to, before you make those what ifs, you have to think of the idea and how you want it. This story is relatively easy, or I already have basically I know where I want to take this one. Captain Marvel, not really easy. Cross Deku, that one's pretty easy. And what if Deku was the reincarnation of Itachi? That one's nearly just, and that's like hardcore mode basically. Making a what if isn't easy, and if you wanna really see what I'm talking about, I advise you make a what if channel. Make what ifs. Get a bunch of followers. Get a bunch of demands. Make a bunch of hitting real good series. And then I want you to see all of those followers or subscribers basically demand that you put out something that you have basically no clue where you want to take. The first episode being relatively easy because you were able to either think about it on the spot or script it. I don't know why I'm going ham on you right now. So anyway, I'm just going to get back into the video. I'm just going to start the video up again. So, today, we started out where I left off. Basically, I'm pretty sure I time skipped into like the age of 13 to 14. Yeah, 14. All Might already fought All for One, yeah, you know. So we started off with Kurogiri talking. Well, Kurogiri talking to Shigaraki. Shigaraki's talking about how, All for One. Kurogiri is talking to All for One. All for One saying how he needs members. And fast. Because he's thinking that, he's basically finna take his plans into action. He's gonna reveal the League of Villains and he needs more members for it. And he tells Kurogiri to go find some. As Kurogiri teleports out. Now, we get back to the story. With our, misunderstood hero? I really don't know what to call him. So, we start our story. Well, we don't start it, but we continue our story with a transfer student. Alright, so yeah. A boy with spiky hair and a disgusting attitude. He walks up to he just sits in his class, and disclaims that he's going to be the best in the school. As then everyone starts to laugh at him. That's not possible. Because if you wanted to be the best in the school, then you'd have to beat Maul or Nero. As then an edgy-looking girl in the back room with dark hair, wearing black makeup, would say, "Oh, don't forget Estarossa." And then the class start to look at her like, "Estarossa? You mean that villain? Or that weirdo?" Basically, he goes by weirdo or villain because he doesn't really know how to express himself. Remember? At this point in time, Deku's Estarossa. When I call him Estarossa, I mean that's Deku's actual name. So yeah, she's like, "That weirdo? I just had a strange case of deja vu." Anyway, as a class are like, at this point, like I was saying, Deku's having he's starting that second guess being a hero. Due to all the stares and comments that he's hearing around his school. Or getting and hearing. And then, I'm gonna say after the class ends, everyone gets up. They just start laughing and saying that villain or weirdo. So yeah, Bakugo walks up to this guy, and he's basically just slams his hands on the desk. He's like, tell me everything you know about these. Well, sorry, hold on. Let me just get back to where they were like that weirdo. And then he's like, basically this is Kaiba, who will be this candidate. Well, he will get one for all in my story. So Kaiba's like, yes. Well, he wouldn't say yes. He would be like, his name is Estarossa, not weirdo or villain, and he's part of the big three of the school. So you should just treat him with respect. And then they're like, well, yeah, whatever. And then he's like, Kaiba would say, yeah, you wouldn't say it to his face, would you? And then they're like, basically just, then I'm gonna say someone shouts out in the room, shut up, you quirkless loser. And then they all start to laugh, breaking the silence. Or trying to seem like they're not scared. At the end of class, Bakugo runs up to this guy, or not runs up, but slams his hand on Kaiba's desk, asking him, or demanding that he tell him what these big three are, or who these big three are. And then Kaiba would be like, okay, come on, because this is lunchtime, and he sits at a lunch table. And he's like, the big three. They're basically the strongest ones in this side of on this side of our neighborhood. Because every school has their big three. And Bakugo was the leader of his big three in his school. And yes, this is Bakugo. So yeah. I'm going to say that every school has, the adults don't really know about this. But they're starting to suspect it. But every school has their little territory. And basically, it's basically like Unordinary, where they have their royals, but there are only 3 of them in this one. And they basically just box each other for room or just territory, basically. So, yeah. Then he's like the big 3, basically the strongest. They're basically the strongest 3 in they're the strongest. I'm just going to call them royals. Don't worry, it's not going to last, because I'm going to get off of this. Not get off of it, but they won't be called royals going through the rest of the stories. But it's basically from Unordinary, from Webtoons. You should read it. It's a good manga. Not manga, but manhwa. So, yeah. Sorry. I have to, well, I've just been biting the bottom of my lip. And it basically makes me go silent. So, yeah. Then he's like, okay, the royals. Because they have basically, the schools go around fighting each other. UA has their hero schools do this. I'm going to say that they have like small tournaments. So the UA Sports Festival won't be just their school. It'll be against other schools. But that is for another time. That's basically for Mal, the story of Mal. That's the story of Mal. I really don't know what to call this man. How do you pronounce Esteros's true name? Mal? I'm pretty sure his name is Mal. This man, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna have to ask Google. Okay, it's pronounced Mal. So, I'm gonna call him Mal, because I'm gonna forget to call this man Mal. So, basically, I forgot where the fuck I was. He would be like, okay, the royals, oh yeah. So, that's for the story of Mal. Which will be the second. That'll be like basically. I'll just have part of my future Esther. What if Deku was Estarossa? What if, like in the future, like I'd probably have like Deku watching the sports festival and seeing the fights. So yeah. So basically, Kaiba would be like, all right, the big 3. First, we have the king, basically. And he's like, right there, Mal, Mal, or Mal. I really don't know what to call him. I'm going to call him Mal. Shit, I'm going to forget to call him Mal. His name is Mal, okay? I can't pronounce this man's name. It's Mal. So, Mal. He's the king of the school, basically. Popular amongst men and women, homosexuals, and basically, lesbians. This man attracts. This guy gets more. Basically, he draws more attention than the president of the United States visiting a small town. Basically, So Baku's like, pretty boy. What's his abilities? Oh, sorry. Baku would be like, all right, he's just some pretty boy. What's his abilities though? And then Mal would be like, not Mal. I mean, what's his name? Kaiba. Sorry, I keep getting those two mixed up. Kaiba would be like, he has the ability to to conjure up light objects, and he also has the ability which he calls arc. It allows him to heal people or create barriers. And he rarely uses arc to shoot, or he rarely uses arc as a weapon, but if he did, he would completely obliterate. He would just completely obliterate people. Baku's like, alright. Anything else? He's like, yeah, he also has this form of super speed and strength. Kind of weird. Baku's like, super speed and strength. Alright, is that all? And then he's like, nah. He actually has one more ability that he doesn't use, or he rarely uses, due to how powerful it is. And it's the only thing that's keeping him on top. Bakugo's like, alright, what is it called? Well, Mal likes to call it sunshine. He's like, oh, okay, wait. I hate that series. Anyway, he says Mal. Well, Mal calls it sunshine. It drastically increases his speed, strength, and his other abilities. It also allows him to to create these balls of heat in his hand, which he says they're miniature suns. And he's like, yeah, they're pretty hot. You don't want to get up close when you use it. And Baku's like, huh, alright. Okay, is that all? And then he's like, yeah, that's pretty much it for Mal. He doesn't really have expanded moveset. Our second royal, the second royal, his name is Nero. He has the ability to his quirk is named pyrokinesis. He has the ability to control flames, shape those flames into weapons, or just any object that he wants. And he can somewhat produce them. He also has the abilities to become impervious, or he can just nullify damage, or he can also turn his body into flames to basically absorb damage. And then Baku's like, huh. So he's the second strongest. Then Nero's like, not Nero, Kaiba is, not Kaiba, yeah, Kaiba. He's like, nah, not really. There's Mal. He's the third royal. And on my opinion, he should be the strongest one in the school. The only reason why Mal is the king, because he has sunshine. If he never had that, then Estarossa would be the king. There's also his popularity that's keeping him the king. And then he's like, Estarossa, so Estarossa should be so Estarossa's the strongest, or the second strongest? And then he's like, yeah, Estarossa's abilities he has the ability to create these flames, which he likes to call, he just calls them black flames, but then everyone around the school started to call them hell flame. And then there's also he also has the ability to manipulate darkness. To manipulate, basically put you in a paralysis type state. Basically by attaching the darkness that he's able to emit to your shadow, stopping you in your tracks. He can also use these swords, or summon these swords, which he likes to call it rebellion. And then there's then he has this ability that allows him to counter ranged or physical attacks. Yeah, rumor has it he also has the ability to basically throw back all the damage that he's taken. But that's just a rumor. And yeah, those are basically all the abilities that he's ever showcased. Oh yeah, one more thing. Mal and Estarossa are brothers. But Estarossa doesn't have that much popularity due to his quirk being seen as villainous. And Baku's like, oh, alright, nerd. That's all I'll be needing from you. As Baku starts to walk out to the door, walk to the window where he sees Estarossa sitting, or Deku. So he walks out, and then he's like, yo, you want to talk for a minute? As Estarossa looks down at him and is like, sure. He's like, then Estarossa would walk over to Baku, and he's like, do you need anything? Which Estarossa basically is a giant compared to Baku, due to the fact that he's 6'1", and he's as buff as Muriel. And since he's twins with Mal is as buff as him and as tall as him, so they're basically just identical. If you were to dye Deku's hair yellow and change his or put contacts in so it can change his eyes, he would be basically like a second Mal. So Baku was like, yeah, I need something from you. Deku's like, yeah, what do you need? Then Baku would say, your position. And then Deku would just be like, my position? You mean as a royal? And Baku was like, yeah, I'm gonna need that, as he starts to emit not flames, but explosions from his hand. Deku's like, oh, alright. If you want it that badly, then you're gonna have to take it from me. As Deku takes a jump back. Well, he just walks back to the tree he was sitting by, grabbing one of the branches and breaking it off. Then he looks over to Bakugo, saying, this should be efficient enough for someone like you. As then Estarossa smiles, which causes Bakugo to flinch. Alright, now I see why nobody likes you, Bakugo screams out. Over in the distance, a man with, a black cloud-like substance coming out of his, face and arms, basically Kurogiri, because I don't know how I really don't know how to say what. So basically, it's Kurogiri watching them fall. And he's like, so this is the school. Because this school is known for having a lot of people with villainous type quirks. So he's like, this place should be good enough. I wonder if I can get a good haul here. Oh, it looks like those two are about to fight. As then Kurogiri looks down to see Bakugo and Deku charging at each other. And that is where I'll be ending it off here. The like goal for this or the next video, since I'm pretty sure that you guys are never gonna watch this one. I released a first part to one of my videos. It does super well. I released a second part, which gets 200 views. But if you guys want the second part or the third part to this, I'm gonna need 25 likes. The other videos I will be posting, I'm gonna do what if Asta had, or I'm gonna do what if Asta, I really don't know. I'm just gonna do what if Asta had a Thunder Grimoire or something. I'm just gonna do what if Asta had magic, which that one I'm gonna do what if Asta was an Otsutsuki, which I still haven't seen if anyone has done that one. So I'll be doing that one. I'll be doing my what if Deku had Yami's abilities, and then I'll do what if Deku had Neomorphs. So 25 likes for this video, and you'll get the next part. I really have to go to check on my little brother and sister and my baby sister. So goodbye. Thank you. 25 likes.